Renee Laprise is an artist and painter with a gallery and studio in downtown Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. I've been admiring the paintings she's been producing over the last few years, and we talked about the stories she's telling in her work, how she went from being burned out at a day job to making art full-time, and how to make new goals when you've made your dreams a reality.
You don't know what to do, and you don't know what to say. Forget all that. Start anyway. Spark that fire and build it high, and watch it burn, then let it die.
Hi, Renee. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
You were close by on your new property. How
Yep.
exciting.
It's very exciting. Yes, we're really, really hoping to get on there very soon. Yeah.
I want to start by talking about your current art practice. I have been keeping an eye on your paintings over the years because I've always loved the style, especially your use of color. And but the last few years, you've really hit on a way of painting that's different from your earlier work. Or maybe the subjects are more focused, or the story or the image is more clear. Your website says that underlying all of her work is an intense interest in mystical interconnection of the physical and non-physical realms. I think that's one of my favorite lines of a bio anywhere. So I'm just kind of wondering, like, what changed for you over the last little while? Like, I know people's style will inevitably changes, but this is a big change, and I feel like you've really honed in on something kind of specific here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's an interesting story because I've been painting since I was very young, and I went to university for a million years. But I never had, I never hit on a style. So I was more focusing on the style than the story.
Yeah.
And so I used to say, like when I left university, because I went to university during a time when it was like highly conceptual art. So it was more about the idea and less about the less you put out there, the better, right? So it was like stripping the aesthetic away from things. That was in the late 80s, early 90s. So it was hard for me as a painter because I just wanted to paint, and I knew that was my medium. But then so I would say that I would vomit out. I couldn't paint when I left school. I couldn't draw when I left school because I thought every time I put a mark on the paper, it didn't mean anything. So it was very difficult for me to, I wasn't given the chance to explore. And so I think that's what you need as an artist, to explore and make mistakes and do it wrong until you until you hit on something, right? And so, but because I was supposed to be a painter, I would vomit up paintings like every 6 months. Like I couldn't help it. But it was such a struggle for my entire life. And so I had this painting sitting in my room, and it was big, and it was there for years, and it was undone. And this was 2018 rolls around, and my mother passes away unexpectedly. And I was like, oh my God, this is your painting. And so that was the first time I painted it in my current style. And then 4 months later, because they were such a love story, my dad passed away. And so I did his legacy paint. I call them legacy paintings. And one of the reasons for me to do them, not only for the style, but it was at that point that I knew that I was creating a bridge for us to continue having a relationship. And so that's when my interest in this type of work, not just the style, I was so happy to have finally figured out how to paint my stories that I now can focus on the stories, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so the style actually does evolve. It has evolved a little bit here and there, but for the most part, who knows? Next year it might be completely different. I don't know. But right now, it's given me. It's such a breath of fresh air just to be able to focus on the story now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it's like a style in music.
Yeah.
It's like if you decide I'm a country musician, then at least like what your storytelling is gonna, like what direction it's gonna take stylistically. So that's where so then from there it's been like really focusing on, I guess they were everything. They were everything. Like I say they gifted it to me. And so I continue my relationship with them to this day through art. And and that's how I have relationships with everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
So cool. Now, like, do you feel like the inspiration is coming from a different place, or is it just like an evolution of the place where your ideas came from before?
The storytelling?
Yeah.
It's well, when I was first starting it, I was just like, I'm just supposed to put this in. Like, I don't know. I'm just doing it, right? Like, I don't really I was drawing. Right? I did have the drawings. So, I still have my conceptual art base. So, I do kind of, that is always going to underlie everything, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be concept in there regardless. Like but I call it storytelling. So I would have an idea. I don't know where they came from at first, right? And so I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just going to try this, and I'm just going to try that, and I'll put this in, and I feel like this should go there, and then suddenly I have this piece. And it's really interesting because it's like the second it's done, I know it, and it's done and it's gone. Like I used to not want to ever give my pieces away, but these are like, it's somebody else's now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like really, it's been a really cool process for me. So yeah, like now it's getting more like, it's more like a conversation with the other side now.
Yeah.
Like these energies are coming in. It almost like last summer I started seeing like a lineup of these energies that want to come in and see what they look like in my style. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's funny. And like also, this year I'm really focused on, because we're moving to our land, it's Gaia is extremely important and has always been in my life. Mother Earth, Gaia. So I really go to the land and interact with it, and it just kind of flows. It's just like, either sometimes it's like a homage or a beautiful kind of, I just want to say I love you. I want to say I this is how I see you or whatever. But other times it's like her, like say her coming in and going, because the piece I'm working on right now is actually a study for a big mural I want to do on the property. But like it's kind of like her going, I need you to do this for me so that you see me every day. Right? So yeah. It's fun.
Yeah. I love it. You're obviously very inspired by the landscapes around you. That's kind of an understatement. What is it about the natural world that gets people's creative juices flowing in general, do you think?
I think when you can actually stop for a minute and like appreciate where you're at, you actually reconnect back into a natural system that we have been pulled out of.
Yeah.
And that feels, that's like a mother holding its child. So you're allowing Mother Earth to hold you. And I think I think that's why a lot of artists love doing landscapes and love doing, because it's almost like they're able to like channel that Mother Earth energy through them, and in that way they're connected back to that which birthed them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we do that, we become stronger, because we're like so disconnected right now that we are actually weak. Like we're not meant to be. And people call humans like the cancer on the earth and whatever, and that's not the case. The humans are disconnected. And so if we can connect back, we become strong and we become part of the system and actually can grow with her. Do you know what I mean? Because she's going to grow regardless.
Oh, totally. Yeah. The earth would be fine without us, but we could choose to be.
But she doesn't want to be without us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't want to flick us off of her back like fleas. Like, that's, you know, you hear all these things, but it's not that. Like, even like when there's fires and when there's whatever, it's not even like, I've heard these really beautiful things the last year. It's been really interesting because there's so much movement toward trying to come back into alignment with these systems, and looking at her volcanic eruptions and stuff as actually her releasing some of the pressure that the humans are holding. Like, it's so interesting, right? And I think I did a painting called In Communion with Dorian, and that was just after the Hurricane Dorian.
Yeah.
And my friend Patricia, who's Mi'kmaq, she when the storm was coming, she's like, she spoke to the storm like it was like a person. And I was so like, whoa, enchanted and like, wow, that's truth. Like, I could, like, as soon as she said it, I'm like, that's truth. So I took some sage out front of my door when it started coming. I live in Charlottetown. So I went on my porch or on my front step. I had a thing of sage burning, and I had tobacco in my hand. And the storm lifted like a spiral, lifted it up out of, and all the all the smoke went right up, and I was like, oh my God. And my partner's like, get inside. There's a hurricane coming. I did not do it for Fiona because I knew that was going to be something I couldn't be outside of or out front for. But this one was like, I was just like in awe of the Mother Earth at that moment. You know what I mean? And I know that stuff causes damage and whatever, but even Fiona, like the weirdest storm, like there are so many near misses. But there were I know we lost a lot of trees, and it was devastating. Like, I had a very difficult time going anywhere. I didn't even want to go to the North Shore because I was so upset about the dunes. But then it was just like, things come back. Like, that's how it is.
Transformation.
And so, but it was so interesting how there were so little damage during that storm. So I know that some people lost things, but I'm sorry about that. But in general, holy moly,
so many people could have, yeah.
Oh my God, it was crazy, and it was just like, what would happen if we all had a connection to the earth so much that we could understand how to work with her during these times where she has to regenerate, you know, like maybe she could give us a signal, I need to regenerate. And she probably does, because animals know and they run, right? So it's like, I need to regenerate this area because there's something out of balance with it. Yeah. And we would just know that, you know what I mean? Like, and so I feel like we are not going to have an actual, we're going to have to do it anyway. So like, I'm just doing it in advance because it makes me happy. Like, every time I connect, I'm just like I just feel in love. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Excellent answer. You've created your own hand-painted oracle deck, and you offer readings from time to time as well. What do you love about this side of your work, and how does it inform your art in other areas?
The oracle deck was really interesting. Like, I've been working at Film PEI, and then I decided to leave to pursue my art. And 2 weeks after my last day of work, I broke my back. And I had started these paintings, these smaller paintings earlier because my work is very in depth and can be quite expensive. So my friend Emily has a affordable art project, and I thought that was really great. So I thought maybe I'll try some smaller pieces that aren't as detailed to see. And it just started evolving. And then when I broke my back, I was like, wow, I have this project I already started. So I was basically Frida Kahlo in my chair with my brace, and I was painting. So I was in prayer and ceremony during that time as well to help heal. And when I got to the physiotherapist after the 8 weeks I had to be laid up, the physiotherapist was like, "Whoa, that was a bad break." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Wow, you're like healing so fast." So I thought that was pretty cool. So I knew that I was doing something. I had no idea what I was doing though.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was going to be an oracle deck, and it was so bizarre cuz I am so visual that I have a very hard time writing. So I'm like, how do I tell people what these cards are for? Like I don't even know. I just did them. Right? So then so luckily I have a writer friend named Patty Larson, and she said, "Why don't you try recording recording what the cards mean to you, and then maybe you can then go from there." So I did that, and she helped me. She helped me work on that writing, and then we did it was I don't know if anybody's knows Kickstarter, but it was a October witch starter.
Nice.
And that was fun. So we both, Patty and I, did a witch starter, and I sold my originals, and I sold I think about 40 of the 78. And so I made enough money to actually do the expensive, crazy first print run, and it was a hit. Like, people loved it, and people who were like, I was really nervous because I'm like, I had no idea what I was doing. It's so early in the process for me of this spiritual or awakening kind of thing. So they I had readers coming in and saying, "This is a good deck," right? And I'm like, "Whoa, okay." But I never could read. I had people coming in. They were like, "Do you read?" And I'm like, "No." And it felt weird to say no because I made it a deck. But I'm like, it just came through me. I don't know. It just happened. And so last summer, I was in Ontario, and I was at a festival. And halfway through, I got told that it was time in whoever talks to me. I'm like, really? So I set up a thing, and I did a 1-card pull, and people were like, they were throwing money at me. I'm like, okay. But I was hitting something. Like, I was intuiting. I still don't really charge. Like, it's mostly, I do donation because I actually have a theory about the economy, and I feel like I don't really believe this economy is correct. And so I heard that the way to change things is actually to try to do them differently, and it's in the trying that you're putting out the frequency of wanting change. So that's
energy builds.
Yeah. So people are like, "You need to value your work." And I'm like, I value my work. It's worth way more than I can charge, right? So I'm like, this is a different approach for me. It's by donation. That sometimes makes people uncomfortable. So I do give a sliding scale. If they want a sliding scale, I'm like, "Oh, hey, well, we'll just do this." But honestly, it's been like, I have my gallery downtown. And so I will probably do 10 to 15 like 1-card pull reads a day. And I love it because I get charged from it. Like, it's so like fun because people are like, usually it goes fine. Once in a while I have tears, and I'm like, if I can sense that somebody's really intense, I'll be like, you might want to ask a question that's not too intense. Because sometimes they ask like crazy questions, like, when will I have a baby? I'm like, why would you ask that? Not that it would ever, the deck is extremely gentle. So it's a healing deck because of all that healing energy I put in it. So it never really puts out like things that are scary or like, it's funny because people put their own scariness into it. So I had the first run of the deck. And I got a chance to see the what happens, like what was happening with people, and they were so triggered by the word fear, by the word endings, like triggered.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, so because they were so scared, so I'm like, I don't want that to stop people from hearing the messages. And the people who have the first deck are like, oh, I can't believe you changed that. I love my deck. And I'm like, that's good because you got the first one and that still is intact. But I didn't change the meanings of the cards. I just changed those words. And so I changed fear to sense because it's the bat card, and it was the whole write-up was about using your alternative senses. Like fear is a made-up thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it was about.
Yeah.
But it's like even just the word was freaking them out. Anyway, it's been very cool. The more I do it, the better I get at it. Yesterday, the day before yesterday I did have blocks, so I just have to be like, it's okay. I'm not feeling you today, so something's happening right now, and I'm not feeling that. So that's why I also like the fact that I do by donation, because I'm like, I don't want the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. I feel like I'm here to provide like when I do the deck, I shuffle it and I say, this deck is to help you speak to your higher self. So I take the power away from myself and give it back to the person who's being read. And I'm like, this is my interpretation. And if you feel differently about this card, your interpretation is better than mine. Yeah. Right. And so that's because I believe in sovereignty. I believe people should be realizing that they are in charge of their own lives and they can speak to their higher selves. So that's what I'm trying to do with that deck. Mm-hmm. And, I feel like, and also I created a system with it. I have a journal you can buy with it. And I also created a spread for it. I will be recording a meditation for it as well. So I tell people who are new on the journey of spirituality that a good way to start a practice is just to like have your coffee in the morning, pull a card, and do like a 5-minute meditation and then write in the journal. And that's a really nice, easy, soothing practice to start.
I do a version of that.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Almost every day. Yeah.
And so they have, you can get more intense. Like I have a 5-card spread with, that I can send to people who want them. And they like that can take you deeper into the journey if you want, or you can use the deck just to actually pull a card and have an intention for the day. Mm-hmm. So if you pull like surrender, right, then you are in charge of your day. So you go, I want to try to surrender to like the beauty of the day, right? And then you have staked your claim to that day instead of the day happening to you. Right?
I love it.
Yeah, and that really has evolved. That kind of conversation has evolved over the last however many years it's been. I don't even know. I think I painted them in 2022. So it's been about 4 years with them. Yeah. Right. So it's really evolved. And I tell people who buy it, every single person who buys that makes it stronger.
Yeah.
Because all your energy is going into the collective of that particular thing. So it becomes even more and more intuitive. Like people are pulling cards and going, what? It's so funny. Like people who don't believe in anything will pull a card and go, how did you even do that? And I'm like, I didn't do it. You pulled the card. Right?
Well, speaking of people who don't believe in anything, like I know it's only been 4 years since you've been kind of working on this, but have you seen an increase in people that are more interested in exploring their spirituality over the last few years?
It's been insane. Like the last 2 years, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the other day, I had people come in from Alberta or something. They were like tourists. And I've gotten to the point where I cannot speak not woo-woo. Like because they ask me things and I'm like, okay, like here we go. And actually like they asked me a question that made me go so deep and I was like, I go, look, I know this sounds insane, but this is how, and they're like, oh no, we can tell, like basically the authenticity of what's coming out and what it was triggering in them was like and the best part is I have men coming in who will stand there and talk to me about it for hours. Like, I love that so much. I love it so much. And I have all ages. So, like, young people, I have little kids coming in and they'll ask me what this what this means and whatever. And then I have like young people, like I had teens who came in to get readings done and the boyfriend came with the girl. And so I read the girl and the boyfriend's like, doesn't believe in anything. And then I read him. He's like, how did you do that? And I'm like, I was just like so honored that he trusted me enough to try it. And he actually took it on. Like was it, even if later it was like, well, whatever. That for that moment, I could tell something happened. And so like, I think it, like it could be that, you know, the gallery studio kind of draws those type of people in, but I know people have just stumbled in and don't have a clue what's happening. And the conversations I've had has been like just unbelievable. And I do think that people that we're, you know, like if you're in the spiritual community or whatever, you'll hear that people are awakening, or there's a what do you call it? It's not an awakening. What do you call that? When it's an evolution, right? It's a spiritual evolution, but this is like ascension. Like the idea of ascension. I mean, that is so loaded and has like too many meanings around it, but that idea that we're moving from one way of being to another, especially with all the sun activity and whatever, like I can't, like, it would be an 8-hour conversation to go all the way in it, but it's like these people understand inherently that something's changing, right? Yep. And I think the biggest thing is that people are moving out of fear and into no. And I think that's what I got from during COVID when I don't know what happened, but I started noticing young people. Everybody's like, oh, these young people are entitled and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they're just saying no. Exactly. And I was like, I love that. I never once saw a no as entitlement. It was so interesting. And I was like, I love young people, man. Because they just get it. They're like, this doesn't feel good. And I'm like, you're right. This doesn't feel good. None of this feels good. So like a couple years ago, I just went, I'm done being afraid. And then I said, okay, I guess I was 55 at the time. I was like, if I'm going to be a full-time artist, now's the time. And I just did it. And then last year, I basically made the same amount as I did when I was working. And I'm like, frig. Okay, here we go. I guess we're good.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel horrible. Like
Yeah.
I get up every day and I'm like, if I'm supposed to be in ceremony, I'm like, okay, I got to do ceremony today because I'm tired. Like it's been too long, or nope, this is part of my routine. I do ceremony, whatever, and then I do whatever I'm supposed to do or whatever I feel I am to do. I think that's where we kind of fall, is we're not listening. And again, it's going back to those systems. We have to live within the natural systems and rhythms of the earth. And we can't do that when we're in this false system.
No, I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Where money comes, I can't answer that question.
Yeah.
It just happens.
It just happens.
I think everybody should at least try doing a little bit of meditation a day, even
Yep.
5 minutes, just to stop for a second.
Yep.
And also, we need to stop being afraid. Find a way to regulate your nervous system. So like that was the first thing that happened to me that actually stopped a lot of stuff, was that because I was so burned out, I needed therapy. So I found a somatic therapist, and it was during COVID. So she never touched me. It was all online. And so she taught me how to feel safe in my body, because I have CPTSD. And so that actually was the beginning of me being able to let in a lot of this good stuff, because we're made to be dysregulated with everything in the world. Our food, our media, all the wars that are happening are meant to dysregulate us, meant to make us feel afraid, which makes us then start doing things. And also the money system is meant for us to stay afraid as well.
Yeah.
So,
So everything's working against us. So we really have to work hard.
Yeah,
to balance it out.
it's the thing is like once you get it, you don't have to work hard.
No, I know.
Because you see that it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's bullshit. Oh, no. No. That's not correct. So like when I'm, that doesn't mean I can't live within the system. Like I do my best. But when you understand it becomes almost like, it becomes a challenge rather that you can have control over.
Yeah.
And that's why rich people are rich.
Yeah.
Because they believe they have money to play with, and money is a game, right? And so they play it, right? But we the non-rich people, maybe not poor, but anyway, but we don't, understand that game. So, but we are pawns in the game, and so we are in fear all the time. And that was just like, no. But I don't have a ton of money, but I also am like, the more I give my power away to that, the more I don't live.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, being my age, I think that's the beauty of age, is like, you're like, you know what? No. And I think the little kids are like, because they don't know any better, they're like, no. And the old people are like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I'm glad to be my age now. I'm like, thank God.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm heading into my late 40s, and it's friggin' wonderful.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm past menopause now, so I'm like, yes. Now I don't have anything to throw me off. Like,
nothing could stop.
Nothing.
Yeah, I do think if people are, centered and aligned with their own journey, really, on the earth, and they're really, working towards and building something there, then that energy is just going to be more powerful than all of the other bullshit.
Yeah. And I do think it helps, like, even if you just stay in your day job, I'm not telling anybody to stop their day job, you know what I mean? But if you're doing something that fulfills you, your day job will you can say, you know what, this is helping me do this other thing, and then you can
That's
have
how I feel.
gratitude
Yeah.
for that day job.
Yeah.
when you have gratitude for that day job, you can do it without feeling terrible. Do you know what I mean? And it
Exactly.
doesn't sap your life force. So that's when you can ride the system. That's when you can play the system, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm like, I'm having a great time.
That's awesome. I love it.
Like, I've never ever felt like I always wanted to be an artist. And I saw myself with a gallery. I would vision myself with a gallery and like, and I never thought it would happen because, you know, you do all those stupid things and nothing ever happens. I'm like, oh my God, like I have a shop that I paint in on Water Street. Like it just happened. When that came up, I was like, oh, this is so great. So it's been a dream. Now I have to make new dreams.
Yeah.
Cause my goals are coming faster, right?
Yeah.
And so like I want to live in the forest. That was last year. I'm like, oh, we found the perfect piece of land, and we could pull enough money together to buy it, and then I can't really talk about it, but something happened that actually accelerated us moving on to the land. So it's just like I have a vision for the gallery, like a studio. I'm gonna do a studio,
Oh,
and
cool.
then. But there's going to be a big mural. I see it already. I'm already painting it. I'm
I
like,
love it.
yes. So the way everything is going is being like, okay, next month we're moving on there. What's the next goal?
Amazing. One thing after
Yeah.
another.
This is how I get to spend my whole day. Isn't it
It's pretty
fun?
incredible. Yeah.
Like talking to people who don't normally talk about the stuff
so
because the art is the doorway to it.
Exactly.
Right? The art opens the door, and then I'm able to like gift that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I just realized that could be what the art's for then.
I think we solved it.
All right.
It's the gateway.
This is so great. Yeah, it's a gateway.
Yeah. Or a conduit.
That's so cool. It's a bridge.
It's a bridge.
Yeah, and that's what I called the Cosmic Portal Oracle. It's a bridge to the non-physical.
Yeah.
Right. We did
Amazing.
it.
We did it. Okay, so in closing, people can come and visit you at your shop on Water Street in Charlottetown.
Yep.
And they can buy your work. And
Yep, and I'm online as well.
And
yep.
I will link that in the podcast show notes.
Well, thanks for talking to me because I loved it. It was fun.
Me too. Have you on in future seasons, I'm sure.
It's nothing and everything. It's a gentle sigh and a scream into the void. It can leave you. It can be you if you let it. You don't know what to do. And you don't know what to say. Forget all that. Start anyway. Spark that fire and build it high. And watch it burn. Then let it die. It can make you cry. It can dry your eyes. It can be the one that keeps you warm inside. And it breaks your heart. Then tells you where to start if you let it. You don't know what to do, and you don't know what to say. Forget all that. Start anyway. Spark that fire, then build it high. Watch it burn, and let it die. It can make you stand up, make you fly. It's a lifetime. In the blink of an eye, it's obsession and objection to the status quo. You got a lot to do, and you got a lot to say. Just write it out, get it on the page. Find your crew, get mobilized, and maybe soon you'll realize it's nothing and everything. It's a gentle sigh and a scream into the void. It can leave you, it can be you if you let it.